Hi guys, my name is Primrose and I'm from Zimbabwe, but I've been staying in SA for the past 10 years. Currently I'm in Kenya because of school, university. Uh, First of all, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for inviting me to your session.
Oh,
It's
welcome.
a pleasure. It's a pleasure. So, the reason why we moved from Zimbabwe to South Africa is because that's when my dad managed to get a stable job. Because it was really hard, like finding a job in Zimbabwe, or if you find a job, it was not paying well.
Hmm.
You get me. Plus, also school fees was just another challenge.
True.
So we moved to South Africa. That was like in 2009.
Oh.
I was still young. So I started like my grade 4 from there. It was not easy, honestly. It
Yeah.
was really challenging because growing up and knowing, like, mostly speaking my home language, which is
True.
Shona,
Shona, yeah.
didn't know much of English. I had to like start learning English and had no choice but to learn
The
Tswana.
Tswana. Tswana.
Yes.
Huh.
Because from where
Is
we
that the
stay,
language that there are a lot of clicks?
no, that's not it.
Okay.
That is Zulu.
Zulu.
Zulu or Xhosa.
Xhosa.
Yes.
Okay, got that right.
So where we stay in South Africa is in Northwest Lichtenburg. So most of the people there, they speak Tswana.
Tswana. Wow, you really have to know how to move your tongue.
Yeah, it actually does a lot of tongue movement. So if you're not flexible with it, you will struggle. For real.
I see you struggling all day.
Well, one day at a time. It took me like 10 years, the whole 10 years of me staying in South Africa to learn it.
But now you're fluent.
Yeah, now I'm fluent.
So you're fluent in your mother tongue, that's Shona.
Shona, yes.
But also
Tswana.
Tswana.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. I feel like she's gonna give us classes of Tswana, Tswana later on. But okay. Speaking about, let's talk a little bit more about your dad. You said he moved from Zimbabwe to. He was first working in Botswana, then moved to South Africa. We got a stable job. So South Africa is known for this rather bad habit of killing other foreigners from other African countries, xenophobia, and it got to a peak in 2019, and it was really bad. Everyone was condemning it, but it kept going, and how bad of a threat was that to your family?
Honestly, it was really bad because there was a time I got mixed up in that fight.
Wow.
That day, we had a class celebration. It's my last year in high school type of things. You're planning something. Yeah. So only for people from the nearest town to start up, what do they call it? Striking, a mini strike whereby they blocked the main road out of our town because my school was in another town. So I'm working from home, clueless that there's a strike, only to find people burning tires and stuff. Wow. So I thought like, okay, probably my bus will still come. But the fact that we students are still thinking of going to school, yet they're striking, they literally chased us. And if they catch you, they'll literally let you alight. Wow. Because I even witnessed them stone a car that was just passing by the road. Like,
so
they blocked the road.
What did you do when you see them, like frame coming out of tires and stuff, and there's just smoke, and you are there coming from school, going home, or waiting for your bus, rather? What did you do?
Well, at first I thought like they wouldn't harm us students. You get me? But apparently also their target was to stop us from going to school that day, so that the government and other places people can like give them the attention they wanted. You get me? So if only I'd known that they didn't even want us to go to school, I would have just turned back and go back home. Because one of the students was just advising me, like, just join the strike. Like, a part of them, like, you no longer want to go to school. But I just thought, like, some are easy. Like, some people, like, when they look at you, they just know this is a foreigner. So imagine you join the strike, you act like them, then someone spots that you are a foreigner, and then what if now they catch you? You get me? So it was very tricky for me. Then I saw one of my teachers' car. And I just told them, like, you can't go that way. They literally stormed the car. So stopping a car, they thought, like, we're helping them find the car to burn. You get me? So they chased us. Like, trust me, in the shoes I was wearing, they were not comfortable for that.
So you didn't board in your teacher's car?
No. She literally tried her best to go in reverse. She couldn't. Just had to drive straight and turn at the nearest turn. It was really epic, but like it has been a challenge. Like these xenophobic attacks have not been so small. Even my sister at some point almost got arrested. Because, there are some foreigners that don't have papers. You get me? So once they know that you're a foreigner and they are getting arrested, they can literally point you out. Oh, that's a foreigner. And the police will just keep you. Don't even checking your papers now. You get me? So it's a bit of a challenge. Sometimes when you're in a foreign country, you have to like literally keep yourself intact. The only people to know you about you being a foreigner, probably it's your landlord and closest friends. You get me? Not everyone in your street knowing. That's why it's very important to learn other languages when you are in a foreign country. So you can bond, you can, literally vibe easily with others. It was not easy. It was not easy.
Yeah.
Like I saw death flash in front of me like that.
So you ran from where they were stoning the cars. Where did you run to?
I actually had to use another street, like the longest way to my house. Because I usually pass through in front of the mall, or some call it a complex because it's still very small. So yeah, I had to go all around it. And some lady had to take me home because I was shaking. I could not even like talking like, oh, my house is in the street. I couldn't. All I could do was just point. She took me home. I just said, oh, this is my place. Okay. Just go home. When I got home, I've not even explained to my mom.
You're just crying.
I just cried and I just typed it down, everything. And she said, okay, go sleep. I don't want to sleep. But either ways, I became like sort of like a talk of like, guys, Rose can run. Like, for those who witnessed me run, like the South Africans who were like, you should just join the thing. And like, no, it's risky for myself also. They're like, guys, we did not know that Primrose can run. Like, she was running,
running for your life, huh?
Running for my life.
And adrenaline had something to do with the running as well.
Yeah.
Wow. So sorry for what you had to go through.
Well, it's all good. It was an exercise.
How is the situation now? Has it stopped or it's just like been minimized? Still going on?
Well, it's quite minimized. It has its on and off. Like when I was about to come, we had some talks about some xenophobic starting there. You get me? That was me coming. I came back in December. Yeah, in December. So I was just praying for my family that the whole xenophobics are not in my town. Type of things, yeah.
Okay, so your town is a little bit safe from there.
Yeah, it's just like a small town close to like South African border to Botswana. Yeah.
And I want to know your father's reaction when he heard about this story. Given that I feel like he's more exposed to the attack because he's in the working class, and these guys were targeting these people in the working class. How did he react to that?
Okay, well, first of all, he was like, I should stop going to school. And there's me, I'm like, these are like my last days of school. I want to go, I want to make memories, I want to take pictures. You get me, like that excitement. But he was like, you can't go to school. But I was more worried about him, you know, him being the breadwinner at home, and he'd be like, I'm going to work, leaves like at 5 a.m. in the morning, comes back in the evening. It was really scary, or sometimes he works like night shifts. So it was really scary for me. Like, yeah, I would literally wake up at around 5 in the morning. And if I usually know like he'll be here around 6. So it's like between 6 to 6, 20 past 6. If he's not at home by that time, I will call him like, where are you? Yeah, because I was really worried. Because trust me, I wouldn't say that it has been the safest place to be. You get me? Yeah. But neither would I say that South Africa is a bad place. It has its time. And it also depends with where exactly you stay. Because my street like cuts to another small, not like small town, but subdivision of certain people speak a certain language. I won't wrote it out loud because those people can be very violent. So yeah, so my street itself, it's not even safe. Like walking in it, you can literally get dropped. Someone can literally, for example, my neighbor this other time was walking with the son. So she was holding a phone. Some guy grabbed it. And like, it's normal. She kept on following him, like, give me my phone, give me my phone. That guy literally took out a knife. Like, what phone do you want? Which phone? Like, you just grabbed my phone. He's like, okay, give me money. And I'll give you the phone. Imagine. Sure. And then he's like, I don't have money. Then he's like, okay, give me a piece of cigarette. She had to look for a cigarette. Because, like, even cars that are passing by, asking, like, what's wrong? What's going on? They're like, did you take the phone? He's like, yeah, I took it. Why not giving it back? Let her give me money. You get me?
So it's that normal. Okay, we did talk about the dark side of South Africa a little bit there. It got me thinking and rethinking. But then again, she said it also has a good side to it. And we're about to hear that good side to it. I've also like talked to a few people who stay in South Africa, and they always blog about the nightlife in South Africa. There's so many options you can think about, spending the night. You could go to a strip club, you could go to a bar, you could go to a lounge, you could go to a nightclub, you could just go to an open area and still have a good time. How good is the good?
Okay. Well, for me, I have strict parents. So for me to like broaden up on night issues,
let's just not talk about the nightlife as a whole. Let's just talk about the bright side of South Africa. But on the good side as well, I find it maybe it might be really good. So how good is it?
It's really good actually. Like South Africa, all in all, is beautiful. It's full of life. It's adventurous. Like it's wow. It's all about which town do you choose to go. You choose a town, there's just something about it that will just like surprise you. Something new, something refreshing, something good, something vibing, But you just have to watch your back down. That's like something everyone has to know. Like, it's all on you. It's all about you. If you don't watch your back, wherever you are, wherever you step, it's all on you. Okay. You get me? So yeah. I've never really been out much at night. Because my parents were like, no, it's too dangerous. You're a girl, This type of thing. Yeah. Even when I have that freedom too, even when my parents are not around, I feel I restrict myself. Like, my parents always said no. So why would I want to go now? You get me? So like, I don't know if it's like a natural thing, like, don't go.
I think it's a natural thing for parents to be protective to their kids, and let's say like you're also their daughter. just leave aside the fact that you're their kid, you're also their daughter, so and you're beautiful. So I see what parents are saying. It's a dangerous world out there for ladies, but yeah, I feel like they have the right to be protective.
True.
So yeah, guys, if in case you wanna visit South Africa, whether you wanna go on a trip or you're just planning to move there and work there, or you're just planning to move there and stay there, as Primrose said, it has all sides to it. I feel like this is common to every other city that you go to or country. It has two sides to it, but with South Africa, you have to be extremely careful on where you choose to work, because xenophobia is like, it has its off and ons, cats and dogs, I would say.
Watch out, especially in Johannesburg.
Yeah, Joburg. Let's talk about Joburg, by the way.
That's the highlight.
That's the highlight of South Africa.
Yeah, you should.
And the highlight of everything as well.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the attacks were more in Joburg than any other place.
They are more in Johannesburg actually. So that would be a town that highlights that like you should watch your back. Don't even use your phone. If someone asks you for time, don't take out your phone. Don't look at your watch. When you're carrying a bag, carry it in front of you, not at the back. You should walk like you know where you're going. Don't even ask people like
if you procrastinate and people see that you're somebody new here,
that you are a target.
Wow.
Because they can actually rob you in front of people and people not even do anything.
Like robbery is just normalized.
They just put a knife on your stomach while people are still like moving around.
Wow.
And people still act normal.
Wow.
So yeah. And try to avoid traveling at night. Especially like under bridges. Because some people like put nails in the road, so your car tires and stuff. Yeah. If they can attack something like a bus, a whole bus with people, then what about your car?
Wow. Wow, Joburg. What about Cape Town?
Cape Town is actually good. It's got a nice view.
Yeah, I heard about that. I actually saw a few pictures on Instagram, and it's just awesome.
It's beautiful. Trust me. It's one of the places I can say if you want to go for adventure. Cape Town, Durban, Eastern Cape, those type of places.
Okay. You heard her. If you want to go to South Africa and have a good time and have the beautiful sceneries, the ocean, do they have safaris as well in Cape Town? Yeah, like you go see the animals. Definitely want to go to Cape Town, Durban, and yeah. So Prim, you've stayed in South Africa for a minute. You also stayed let's leave Zimbabwe out of this, because you're like a kid when you got out of Zimbabwe. You've also stayed in Kenya for a few years. Yeah. How would you compare the cost of living between the two places?
Well, as a student, I would literally say Kenya is not expensive. Looking at like exchange rates and stuff, like the money you get from SA and when you get here, it's usually like times 2. For example, if the rate is at 10, 1:10, you just know if they send you 1,000 rand, you have like 10K. 2,000 rand, 20K. It's like multiplied by 2, you get me. So like, I don't think life in Kenya is like expensive. It's all about how you spend and what you spend on. The quality, because quality is such an important thing. And that's what most people like lose focus on.
Okay. You've mentioned about Kenya being not being expensive, but the country that I'm coming from, I would say Kenya is expensive, because my country is a lot more cheaper, or relatively cheaper, than Kenya's. Now you coming from South Africa and saying Kenya's life is cheap. That's interesting. And I had this conversation, by the way, with a friend of mine. Shout out to him, by the way. So we had this really amazing talk about currencies, and he helped me understand how currencies work, and we come to a conclusion and say that if a country has a higher currency than yours, then probably life is gonna be a lot more expensive in your country. But the hassle that you go through to get the 20k in Kenya is relatively the same hassle that you go through to get the 2k rand in South Africa. And the 2k rand in South Africa, how you spend it, is relatively the same how you're gonna spend the 20k in Kenya. For instance, a sneaker in Joburg could be how much?
Probably 1200.
1200. That is equivalent to
if it's 1:10, then we could say 10,200.
10,200. That's a sneaker in South Africa, yeah. And in Kenya, you say you can't find a sneaker of that price. Normally, like around 5k, 7k. You see. In Tanzania, sneakers are around let's say 1.5 or 2k Kenyan. So you see, it's actually cheaper, but it's not cheaper. The money that you get there is where you're gonna spend there. The money that you get here is where you're gonna spend here. Unless if you're working in South Africa and you spend in Kenya. That way, your money, you're gonna see where your money, like how it works for you. But if you're working in South Africa and spending in South Africa, then you don't have nothing to brag about your rent thing.
Also, another challenge is like, when you have that strict father, that like, when you're here in Kenya, he can send you money. Oh, here's your pocket money, whatever you need and all those stuff things. Then when you're back in SA, it's like, there's food.
Don't you eat? Yeah, you sleep.
You have everything like you need. So what do you need money for? You get me?
Yeah.
But being a woman, like my mom loves shopping. So whenever she wants something, she always needs a second opinion. So she always takes me along. You get me? So that's how I'll be like, okay, I really do need money. I have everything at home, but I still need that pocket money. You get me? So like, when you're at home, you have everything. You don't have to worry about buying groceries and all those type of things. But when I'm this side, I have to think about all those things and feel like life is a bit easier because you get pocket money than when you're at home. That's like a student mentality.
True.
You get me?
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So I see our time is running out a little bit, and we have a few minutes until we end this episode. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please consider subscribing. And if you're streaming this on all the other audio platforms, thank you for streaming. And make sure, please, to follow us on Instagram at 360placez with a Z, and every other platform, Twitter, Facebook, is 360placez with a Z. And you can also follow our guest on Instagram as Black Rosie. That's BLVK. BL. A. Oh, there's an A and V. Oh wow, okay. BLAVK Rosie IE. Okay. Our time is running out and we have a few minutes to like conclude. If you compare the life in Kenya and South Africa, given that in Kenya you said life is slightly cheaper or way cheaper, as you said, than South Africa, would you trade your stay from South Africa to Kenya based on cost of living?
No. I wouldn't. Because to me, it's more about family than money.
Okay, let's say we just like bringing out your whole family to Kenya, and yeah, would you trade that based on the cost of living?
Still, no.
Like, what holds you back to South Africa?
Thinking deeply about it. I feel like when you don't have everything in such a silver platter, because in SA, when you have the money in your hands, you have to like compromise what is needed more. So I feel I like that challenging of like having to think, what is going to sustain me more than the other. That's what my dad taught me. So the only reason why I can give you certain amount is because I want you to think what is more important than what. Here, I can just be like looking at my M-Pesa message and like, I still got like whole 20K. Okay, let's go to KFC, let's go to what? By the time I think about, I have to buy a book by the library, what do I have? Nothing.
You have to pay rent.
Yeah, you get me. I have more wants than needs. But when I'm in SA, I feel so challenged to looking at my needs more than my wants. You get me? And I'm someone who's very confident. So when I'm around family, I literally think about my younger sisters than me. So I spend more on them than myself.
Wow, nice. So it's more about the mindset.
Yeah.
It's more about how South Africa challenges you to be economically mindful and be a better person when it comes to accounting. And why didn't you like do accounting? Because I feel like you have a mind of an accountant.
Well, let's say there's a book called Ledger. That book called Ledger never really wanted to settle in my mind. So I was just like, you know what, accounting.
Your high school, huh?
Yeah. But I might be going through that route. I'm still considering.
Going back to business. Huh. So there's this tribe in Tanzania. It's called Wachaga. Can you say that?
Wachaga.
Okay, Wachaga with the accent. Yeah, Wachaga. So Wachaga, they're known for being stingy with the money. And they're good at hustling. Like they can hustle. But they're stingy with the money. That's like something that they identified from. Like if you see this person is Mchaga, then what comes in your mind is stingy. If you see what is this tribe that you mentioned? Tswana.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is unique about the Tswana people?
Those people love food.
Okay. I see where you got that from.
Yeah, actually, those people, they are so into culture, by the way. They have a very beautiful culture. They also have this nice ginger traditional beer of theirs. It's really nice. You should actually try it. I'm still trying to figure out the whole name in my head.
Okay.
But it's really nice. They are so united. And they are not people who are groupie. They all stick together. That's one beautiful thing about them. Yes. They're very nice culture. And they celebrate it like every single time.
Wow. Nice. It's actually a good thing to see people uplift their culture rather than just taking in other cultures. Wow. And yeah, that was it about Prim and about South Africa. And we will see you guys on the next one.
Cheers.
Bye.